That just gives you no warning at all, does it, Brett? It's just
Wow, that was out, yeah.
can't hear you. Are you on mute, Brett?
Mhm.
Can't hear you. Uh-oh. No. Huh, that's odd.
Okay, back.
Brett's struggling with audio.
Oh. Okay, well, anyway, I don't know that there's a lot more to say about it. We got a few things to flesh out. Looks like your mic is off, Brett.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Any questions?
No, that was very informative. I appreciated reading all that you sent over. Thank you, Jerry.
I think it's a good project.
Yeah.
I think it's one, you know, particularly with us being able to maybe have some of the old Tres Rios area students and or adults with an interest in it, it helps us justify maybe continued support.
You bet. Yeah.
Is Art with us?
I
I
don't
don't
see.
think so.
Not yet.
You know, he's way behind the time out there.
Went back to make sure I sent the email to him, and I did. So
You were Johnny on the spot there, Brett.
There he is.
go. Okay, so does anyone have anything they want to add to the Abara project, what we're trying to do? We're okay with that. We can move on.
Yep.
Okay. So now we're looking at something that we've been trying to do for a little while. I finally got it done. The name was approved by the state. We did get a number. After a little while, I had sent in the documentation, and when I didn't hear anything, I called them and they said, well, if you sent it in, it's going to be, I think it was 5 months or something. They said the thing to do is fill it out online. So I filled it out online, but I kind of messed up. There was a place to add documents. And so I had added 3 people as I don't know, members and then I submitted another document that had everybody else on there. Well, what that did was basically knock out the document from online and replaced it. And so it was rejected. And so I went back and I called them and they said, no, that document's not there anymore. You got to fill it all back out. So after I filled it out and put everybody's name in, it wasn't but maybe 3 or 4 days before it was accepted. So we do have that as of right now.
Thank you, Brett.
Yeah, we finally got it done. No problem. I did go to the bank today to try and talk to them about what exactly is needed for a checking account. And when I got there, they were busy and they said it's going to be an hour to 2 hour wait to talk to their small business person. So I decided that I would try and go back sometime this week.
Wow.
So
Do we have a tax ID number? I'm just trying to think with like my business checking what I needed when I walked in there.
Do we have an AIN number yet?
we do not have an EIN.
No.
We have a state number, and I don't know if that will be sufficient.
Yeah.
But if not, then we will apply. And it looked like Jerry had sent me a link to the EIN application, and it looks like when I was looking at it online that if you fill it out and when you fill it out, it generates the number right then. I'm not sure, but that's what it looked like.
I think that's the case usually.
Okay. But we will look into doing that if and I think we need that for the
501c3 app.
there you go.
Yeah.
I did, I kind of cobbled together some bylaws that I sent out later this afternoon.
Yeah.
And it's just a backbone to begin to work with. I don't think we want to, as we've said before, we don't want to make them too fleshy. Keep it as bare bones as is reasonable.
Right.
Yes,
And if we need to modify it, just according to what we normally see, it's 2/3 majority of the board to approve amendments. And I cut, as I said in my email, I transferred that. It was copied off of a local cafe that's a 501c3 here in El Paso that I have been on their board. And so I just cut and pasted their name out and ours in and made a few grammatical changes, but there was little to no thought on my part going into how to tailor it for our specific. So it's really, the first hen scratch at putting something together. Again, I don't think we want to make it too detailed, but we want to make sure we cover what's important to us.
That's right. That's right. But you're right. Less is more too.
And Art, whenever we say that, I think the key thing is if we want to keep the amount for investment on an annual basis to that of what we earn or what the interest and or dividends are, then we need to maybe think about putting that in there as a guide, but
Mhm.
leave ourselves some wiggle room in case we want to skirt around it somehow. I mean, if
think
somebody had a serious problem with their church burning down and they needed a little bit of money, I don't know that we wouldn't consider invading principle a little bit.
Mhm.
yeah, we could always consider that even with principal, we can make it a loan.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That if you didn't have enough interest.
Yeah, I just don't know how specific we want to get in the
Yeah,
written document.
I agree.
So, but we need to talk about it and make sure we're comfortable with whatever we put down.
Right.
Okay, so that's more homework for the future.
Okay, but maybe on the spending portion, it may need to be a little more specific if somebody sees our document and then says, well, it doesn't say that you can't do this or if those funds aren't available. I don't know.
Right.
They can
Yeah.
say what they want, Trent, but we make the decision.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
Art, that's true today with us on here, but in the future, you don't know who's going to be sitting here in our place, and maybe that's something we want to really yield to them. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Thank you.
I've got mixed feelings about it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I want them to do exactly what I would do.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
On our checking account, was I correct? We have about $99,000 in there, Jerry. Do you recall?
Actually, it's more than that. We've got about 108,000.
Oh, wow.
I just looked at that. Let me find it.
I know that we haven't written anything on that account.
We've
Um,
got
since our
we've
last-
got 107,223.
Okay.
Good.
And at our next meeting, we'll probably have a better idea just because we'll have all year-end statements in and things like that.
Yeah, we'll have the end of the year report, and we did have a little discussion before that we have shared that information with the area as well as with the region about what our financial situation actually is. Anybody have a problem with continuing that?
I think we're
What
good.
do you do, Jared?
Again?
What do you do, Jerry, about that? You send them what? Is it every quarter or every year?
End of the year.
Oh, end of the year. Okay.
Yeah. I don't believe I've shared that with, I sent it to Andy Mangum a year ago. He also wanted a copy of our, what was kind of our bylaws at the time. And so I I don't mind sharing that with them. I just am a little cautious about making sure we have control of the purse strings. Um,
Well, I think what we just did guarantee that. Before, I was concerned that,
We were under their umbrella, yeah.
that's right.
Mhm.
But with the name, you're talking about the name approval?
Yes.
The fact that we have a certificate of formation that has been received by
Yes,
the state
okay.
of Texas, and they've acknowledged
go.
that, and
We are a
so
legal
we're gonna be on
corporation.
our own wholly.
That's right.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted that clarified. I was pretty sure that was right, but I think that's really good.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay, Jerry, we
okay,
did
so
some work on the Board of Church Extension. Did you receive anything back from them about the signatures and who's on there, or?
it's all squared away and it's the way we want.
Okay, does it need the new name on there?
Oh, that's a good point. Let me revisit that, and I will talk with them and let them know where we stand and see how best to handle that.
And they
Okay.
would probably want an
Oh.
EIN number too, Jerry.
Yeah, and we may not be able to go too far till we get maybe a little bit more information.
Right.
We'll be ready to talk about that in 3 months.
Okay, sounds good. The next one, number 9, is members and officers for next year. I kind of feel like I need to stay on as president. If somebody wants it, they can have it, but I would like to get this bank account figured out.
Mm.
And I will volunteer to
Don't-
stay on as president.
So move.
Second, I second.
Yeah, that was quick. Now, Jerry, are you willing to help me as treasurer, and we'll get this figured out? And
Yeah,
get this set up?
I'll be glad to stay on until we get everything squared away on the 501c3.
Yeah, because I think you're overdue by about 3 years from what I have here. I'm not.
Well, now that we're a corporation, none of that makes any sense, right? We're all directors of the new corporation.
So we're resetting the clock?
Yes.
Mm. Okay.
So you want to be president, Art? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
no. Just this term of office has no meaning.
Okay.
I think your
Oh,
term just
okay.
started, Brett.
And as the 6 new directors of the corporation, I move that we appoint Brett Heimer as the president.
I second.
Okay, then it's done.
And Jerry
Need
Hobson
dissent.
as
If
Jerry
nominated, I
Hobson as
will not
treasurer.
run. If elected, I will not serve. No. No, that's fine. Jimmy, are you okay staying on as secretary and part of the creative response team, the representative there? Do we
Sure.
need to make changes on this? I don't know.
No,
Well,
well,
Jimmy and I could switch again like we did last year, but
Yeah.
whatever everybody
I don't think
wants.
there's an issue, but you really nailed it, because it really has to be taken to the creative response team, because
That's
they select the representative. So, and I can almost guarantee there's not going to be any particular concern about it, I think, at this point.
Okay.
But we'll take it there.
Okay, so as it's written here, is that okay to keep it that way? Are we okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any other business that anyone wants to discuss, or something that we've missed, that I've missed?
Looks great.
I mean, we really haven't had any requests for funds or anything.
Wow.
Jerry, do you have any idea at all on how our funds are doing? I'm sure they're losing money.
I have not wanted to check.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Don't
think
check
they
today.
are.
Don't check today.
I believe that they are up at least where they were at our last meeting, if not a little higher. We were
Oh,
off
really?
15% then, and I think things have come back since then. Some, but I mean, I haven't checked, so That's just a
Okay.
guess.
Well, we'll see what the year end looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay,
won't be
so,
long.
okay, what's in the checking account? That difference is interest and dividends that were paid into there?
Yeah, we get, I think it's $8,700 every quarter by plus or minus out of the investments we have with the different funds with the, what Christian Church Foundation, is that the right term?
Board of Church
Mhm.
Extension?
Yeah. Christian Church
BCE or
Okay,
I
in the
forget
American funds.
which one. Yeah. Anyway, they send us 4 checks for the different funds we have invested in. And then we have something with another entity that pays a little bit of a dividend, and we get a little bit of interest as well. So,
That's from,
yeah, but
that's
it's
from the
nominal.
American.
Yeah, it's nominal, between $8,000 and $9,000 every quarter.
Okay.
with the amount of money we have in the checking, would it be an idea to maybe reach out and find something that may pay a little more interest, or do we want to keep that much money into the checking account?
I don't think we should, but we probably need to wait until we're finished with this organization. And,
Yeah, there may be a little bit of expense. I don't know exactly what it is. That letter that Brett got back said something about a franchise fee. And I don't know, I suspect that's going to be nominal, and there may be some taxes we may have to pay on some income,
Mm-hmm.
which as soon as we get our tax exempt status may go away, or maybe get refunded. I don't know how that's going to work, but
That's true. Yeah.
so I don't have a problem sitting with it for at least 3 months and
Okay.
just defer the decision if we need to do something then.
Okay.
Even though interest rates have gone way up, they're still dirt cheap. Historically,
Relatively speaking, yep.
I look back on the first loan I had on a house and it was over 12%.
Wow. Yeah, mine was 10.
Mine was
remember
over
that.
7. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we're about done here. The next meeting will be February 6th. Jimmy and Carol, do you need to take that back to them to see if Jimmy's okay as far as their representative? Can you do that?
You can do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
And,
What was that date again?
2/6.
February 6th?
yeah. Brett, we'll probably do that in early January, just because we do have a meeting coming up, but it really is dedicated to one issue. And,
Okay.
needs to stay focused on that one issue.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
January.
Okay. Anyone have
There's
anything
two
else?
Oh. So there's 2 things we're asking Creative Response to do. That's to check on Jimmy, and also to begin some of the thought process about something at Ibarra, perhaps spreading the word that there may be an opportunity there for education on border issues.
Okay,
And Carol's going to visit with Tiffany. Was that
Right.
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, she's an officer in the Santa Fe Faith Network for Immigration Justice.
Mm.
And I think she just told us yesterday, I think I may have this right, that she's now an officer. So and mostly what they do is they work with people that immigrants who are detained by ICE. That's mostly what they do.
Mm-hmm.
So at least that's my understanding, and I'll visit with her. I see her often, so no
okay.
problem.
All right. And I will get in touch with Leslie Denton and see if she's interested on joining us next year to serve
Okay.
on this board here.
Great. Thank you.
thank you all for joining in. I appreciate
Okay.
your input.
Thanks, sorry I
Thanks,
was
Thank
Brett.
late.
you, Brett.
Good to
Merry
see
Christmas.
everybody.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Christmas blessings.
Merry
Yeah,
Christmas.
Thanks.
Say hi to your
Bye.
mom, Brett.
stay
I'll do
safe.
that. Y'all take care.
And Carol,
Bye.
I'm gonna send you an email,
Bye.
Carol.
Okay, that's good, Jimmy.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.